Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? This is Kaz FM. I'm going to be reviewing today Sons of Anarchy Season 5, Episode 3. This is my first video on YouTube, and this is also going to be the first review of the intense season. Honestly, this is probably this, and got the little Sons of Anarchy little hat on. I saw last night's episode, and to be honest with you, and this is probably what the universe of the Anarchy world, as I call it, is thinking. Saddened, heartbroken, and probably just ruthless, because last night's episode, I don't know if anybody, I mean, a lot of people probably tuned in because the previews of it did show that one of the members of Sam Crow was going to get yanked. I like to use the internet terms. I mean, internet terms are probably the best terminology for usage. But yeah, someone was going to get yanked. And unfortunately, the person who got yanked turned out to be Mr. Ryan Hurst's character, Opie Winston, who got yanked. He got killed off. And the most hardest way to get killed off, and the most roughest way to get killed off, is to get beaten to death. And it's been very rarely used on television. But yeah, he got cut. He got smacked in the head with a pipe. And it's funny because the title of that episode is Laying Pipe. And, well, I'm not going to go into detail regarding the episode, what the episode was all about. I'm just going to go into detail because this video is mostly a recommendation to a lot of the people who have complained that, oh, now that Opie's dead, I'm no longer a Sons of Anarchy fan. You know, I'm going to just clear that up right there. And also at the same time, I'm just going to put in this perspective that it's basically a little defense on Sutter, because literally he sent out a statement today regarding the character's death. It was September 25th of this 26th, I'm sorry. And he just talked about it, and I'm going to discuss it. But first, I just want to talk about last night's episode. Last night's episode was probably the most roughest episode I've ever had to watch of the series. Besides the episode in Season 4, I think it was Episode 10, Hands, when everything was going on. From that moment on, since Episode 10 of last year of Season 4, it was going to be intense. We were going back to the intensity ways that it was brought back to in Season 1 and Season 2. Because a lot of people have said that Season 3 was very soft and fluffy, as I call it. As in when it came to violence and stuff. But, you know, Season 4's from then on has patched on. I think they're getting back on track. And I think Sutter knows exactly what he's doing. Now, I mean, even though he knew what he was doing in the beginning, just that fans have their own opinions. But, yeah, last night was a very rough episode to watch because for the first time in over, I think it was, yeah, for the first time in over, like, a few years, a major character was killed. I don't count Piney, Kozik, or, like, even Half-Sack. I don't consider them, you know, major characters who've been killed because, let's put it like this. I mean, what have they committed to the club? I mean, I know Piney has done it since he was the first 9, but in my opinion, since they don't shed light on his character, but at the same time, I mean, his death basically would have never been started if Clay did not go his sinister ways, as we put it. But, you know, in a way, none of this bullshit would have never have happened. But, unfortunately, this bullshit has happened. But, yeah, Opie is dead, and what happens is that Damon Pope, played by Harold Perrineau, or however you spell it, I'm sorry if I spelled it wrong, or said it wrong, he first, you know, he talks to Jackson in prison, and his first thing is that he needs a dead son. Then he wants 50% of the deal of the cartel and stuff like that. I don't really follow the cartel story. I did follow in Season 4, but I always connect as following the stories in seasons instead of Uprised. But after that, he also wants the dead son, like I said. But excuse me. After that, it comes to a rough decision. It's either Chibs, Tig, or Jax, or Opie. And this is like a game of Saw, almost. One of the people have to choose who goes and has to sacrifice. That's my opinion, but, you know, for a long time, I thought that, and even because there's been a lot of polls before the episode aired, who, because of how Sutter made that little thing, who was going to die and who was going to live. And they came down to 5 people. They came down to Wayne Unser, Juice, Clay, of course, Tara, and Opie. I originally wrote Unser because of how his story goes with the home invasions, and then I went on to say Opie because, let's face it, Opie's life has been hell since Season 1, Episode 12, The Sleep of Babies, when his first wife was killed, his actual wife. I don't consider Lila to be a wife, let's put it like that, because she isn't really a wife, because she's a porn star, and I consider that kind of religion like, you know, you screwing somebody else for film and money as what your job is, but still. But other than that, yeah, he lost his wife. I mean, he lost his dad. That was the biggest one of all. And now he lost himself. In a way, and there's a video on YouTube of Opie's death, and I was real quick of finding it. You know, the minute I saw that, I mean, even though I saw it on TV, it's better to see it on TV than on a YouTube video because, A, the video is probably in crap quality, which it kind of is, but other than that, you know, it was a very hard video to watch, even on the TV, because when the prisoner gives the whack, it's just hard to watch. It's very hard, because this is a character that has stuck around since Season 1 and has been very loyal. He's probably the soul of the survivalists, as we call it. And he's behind Jax, 1, 2, 3. And come Episode 4 of Season 5, I don't know what's in store, but I do know that it's going to be insane. And ever since last night, it's been just one awful, awful twist of events. I hope that Sutter does put it flush into gear, because it's going to be an intense season, and I guarantee that he has a lot of plans ready for this season, judging by how it is. Anyways, I'm just going to pitch in some stuff real quick. Sutter gave out an interview today, talked to a reporter, and we're discussing his death, and like I basically cleared up that, you know, Opie's life's become a wreck and stuff like that. But now, my thing is that I've been seeing a lot of stuff online lately, and a lot of people are not happy. They're like, since now that Opie's dead, I'm going to stop watching Sons of Anarchy, you know, he was the soul of the show, and now it just turned into hell. You know, I'm going to make something clear, and this is to anybody who has decided to be a loyalist to the series. You know, you're not a true fan because if some major character dies. Because, you know, it's just a whole bunch of BS. That's like when Charlie Harper got killed. I mean, when he supposedly was killed because he had that dispute with Warner Brothers when Sheen decided to resign. I mean, his character was killed off, but, you know, at least he stuck, you know, the comedy got sore because he was one of the sole members, but I mean, you know, still, the season's been renewed again for like a 10th season. So that just goes to show you that they actually can still stick to it, and loyalists have been there watching. The same applies for Sons of Anarchy. You know, it's just a shame how this has turned into. So, I mean, people who are now not going to watch it no more, don't watch no more. I don't think Sutter gives a shit. I don't care. I'm going to keep watching until the finale, and until the next finale of Season 6, and whatever seasons come to play. I'm just saying. Alright, I think I've made myself clear. Anyways, I appreciate it. Looking forward to next Tuesday. Looking forward to Softly Lested, or whatever the frick the episode's called. Alright.